everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rob, and today we have this Seat Alhambra. Came in on a recovery truck, suspected timing belt to be broken. I've already taken apart the timing belt cover to find out that it's not actually broken, but the auxiliary belt has shredded and locked up the engine, and there's a piece of old belt stuck between the timing belt and the camshaft pulley. Now I've tried to turn in the engine and nothing, it doesn't turn, so it's either seized from the belt, from the auxiliary belt being stuck between the crankshaft pulley and timing belt not letting it turn, or the belt has snapped at somewhere and the valves are hitting the pistons, not allowing it to turn. So I'm going to show you quickly here what's happened. So that's a piece of the auxiliary belt, and it's wedged in between the pulley and the timing belt. There's no fault shown for synchronization between the camshaft and crankshaft, so I'm going to strip it all out and put a new belt on it and align the crankshaft and the camshaft. Take the belt from the auxiliary off, the piece that's stuck in there. I'm going to take the crankshaft pulley off, take all the belt off, and try throwing the engine, see if it hits the valves or what's happening. If it does hit the valves, I'm going to strip the rocker cover off, injectors out, and going to put new cams, new rockers, and try throwing the engine after. Until then, I'm going to put you on a time lapse of how I take it apart. It should be easy enough and straightforward. So the timing belt's definitely not broken. It is a genuine Volkswagen timing belt, so I'd say it's in the original timing belt. It had 140,000 miles. It is a 2012, so it's 11 years old, well overdue. It's meant to be done every 4 years, but look, it's well overdue. I'm surprised it lasted so long, but it's definitely not the cause of this engine stopping. So gonna carry on and stripping the rest and see how we get on. I suspect if I take this out and the pulley at the bottom and take all the broken bits out, I should be able to get a turn on it. But until then, back to the time lapse. I think there's more to it. There's a bolt here, looks like the aircon pump. Aircon pump is loose. Loads of little bolts, belts, look. Right, the aircon pump is loose. I don't know why. None of the 3 bolts are there. The 3 bolts are in the under tray. 2 are snapped, One is still good, but obviously don't know what happened to that. Maybe over tightened at some stage or left loose. Maybe I got a new pump, an aircon pump at some stage, and they were left loose. But anyway, we're gonna take this apart and have a look what else is damaged. The shredded belt, again, a genuine belt. Don't think it was ever replaced, hence why I shredded. But it could have, the aircon pump could have been the issue first time. The aircon pump was just loose in there. Grand. Okay, so the timing belt cover is removed. I'm gonna drop it down, remove the engine mount on this side. Use a locking tool, lock the timing up and see if it lines up. If it lines up, then we're going to put a new battery on it and try to start it. Now that everything's removed, nothing in the way to stop it from turning. So we'll see how we get on. Okay, so the crankshaft is now locked in place, but the camshaft I think is about 2 or 3 teeth forward. So we're going to take the tensioner off, put the camshaft back in its place, torque the tensioner back and go for start. All going well, we'll start. If it doesn't, then we're going to strip the head and see what happened there. old timing belts back on. We're gonna now try start to see if it runs. Worst case, it doesn't run, doesn't start. So, and then we need to take the camshaft and all that off. But we'll give it a try. Okay, so that didn't work out, so we're going to take the injectors off, rocker cover off, and have a look how bad the damage is. Okay, so we have the camshaft cover off, and we're going to just spin it and see. I think there doesn't seem to have any rockers broken, but I think the cogs at the back of the camshaft are spun. So I'm going to just try to lock the camshaft here at the timing end in place to see if it lines up with the head bolts. If the head bolts line up perfectly, then they're not spun, but if they don't, one of them is spun. This is perfect. The bolt here, the bolts on the exhaust cam will come out, but this one I can't put in the tool to take out the head bolts. This is spun. This cog over here at the back is spun, so I'm gonna remove this, put 2 new camshafts on, change the 16 rockers and the 16 tappets, and put it back together. camshafts. I reinstalled them now. According to Volkswagen, a special tool is needed for this, but not in this case. There's a way of doing it without the special tool to install these. The trick here is to lock the exhaust camshaft with the timing pin, and then the inlet cam has this notch in it. That notch has to be parallel to the cylinder head over here, so it has to be in a straight line. So I'm going to show you how to do this now. Like the last camshaft goes in, you can clearly see here, you can fit the tool to remove the bolts. So now I'm just going to press these down and have a look at the back here if it lines up. Could be a tool off, but there's no tool required. At the minute, I think they line up perfect, but I could be wrong, so I'm going to just test fit the cam box. These over here. That obviously when the cam box presses it down, they're going to line up. So I'm going to just test fit it without putting sealant on it first to see if they're the right way around. Then remove the cam box again, seal it, torque it down. Very hard to get a clear picture in it. I'll try again. That's the camshaft here. As I said, that notch in the camshaft has to line with the cylinder head. But I'll put on the cam box and then I'll take a picture of it being straight. Off. They're not completely straight here, so I'm going to loosen it up. That has to go forward one tooth, and So these are the injector seals on the rocker cover. They were definitely leaking and perished, so they're getting replaced. That's the comparison, the old versus the new. Gonna put them in. Gonna first put the new rocker cover gasket on, put the rocker cover in, and then insert these on the 4 injectors, then place the 4 injectors in. So our camshaft injectors, rocker cover, everything's back reassembled. We're gonna crack on with the timing belt now. We're gonna replace the water pump because there's a leak on it, so the whole timing belt kit's gonna get replaced. I'm gonna put you on tail lamps while I do that. Right, timing belt back on. Everything was assembled previously. Tore off the spec, all the bolts from the timing belt. Before I go ahead and do anything else and put the engine mounts and whatever else back on, I'm going to turn the key and see if she starts. Fingers crossed, all going well. I don't have to remove the cylinder head to send off to get the valves done. So I'm going to put the jump pack on it because the battery's dead. So we'll see if she starts. Fingers crossed. So here are the two bolts that caused the issue. We have one at the top, there's a bit left on that. I might be able to just get pliers and take this one out, but that one is broken inside. I'm going to try just do a spot weld on it and remove it without drilling, without removing anything else. Hopefully that comes out. Put you on another time lapse for now. That's the third bolt, still in piece. We're going to replace the 3 bolts, torque them back up. I might actually put a bit of Loctite on them just in case. I'm not sure why they came loose, but they won't come loose again. And yeah, refit the belt and go from there. Until then, another time lapse, guys. guys, this repair is now done. It required 16 rockers, 16 tappets, 2 camshafts, timing belt kit, water pump, auxiliary belt, new oil and filter, and a top of coolant. I'd have to say I'd give this repair maybe a 6 out of 10 difficulty wise. It is simple, but requires a bit of knowledge and skill. If you were going to do it by the book, you'd need a special tool for the camshafts, but there's a way around it, as I've shown you that previously. None of this would have happened if the timing belt, none of this would have happened if none of this would have happened if the aircon pump was tightened when it was replaced. The 3 bolts weren't torqued to spec or weren't even torqued at all, maybe hand tightened, and from the tension of the belt over time they become loose and they broke. 3 bolts caused all that damage. Luckily it didn't need a new engine. That's it for today. If you did like this video, please like and subscribe. See you guys next time.